All right, this video is for the lesson 8.1 homework. We are doing inverses today, and I'm about to kill the iPad. Sorry, guys. Punch it. Snap it over. No, it's an iPad Pro. I'd rather not do that. All right. So vocab. What is the name of a function that undoes the original function? This is the inverse of a function. Number 2, what is the name of an operation that reverses the effect of another operation? That's an inverse operation. So we are going to be using inverse operations to find the inverse of functions. Inverse operations is what you use to solve an equation by hand. So today, all we're looking at are linears. Linears are going to be the easiest of the bunch. That's why I think we'll get through this page really quick today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this out, and I'm going to rewrite this as y equals 4x minus 3. So to find the inverse, I'm going to flip the y and the x. And then I'm going to solve for x. Or not solve for x, solve for y. So I need to get everything away from the y. What do I move first? All right, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So I've got x plus 3 equals 4y. All right, what's the next thing I do? Divide everything by 4. So I would have x plus 3 over 4. This is going to cancel. Equals y. So x plus 3 over 4 is the inverse of 4x minus 3. Okay, number 5. So this time it starts as a fraction. So again, just flip out that f of x, change it into a y. And then flip the x and the y pieces. They just change places. All right, on this one, what's the first thing that I need to do? Multiply everything by 3. So I've got 3x over here, and then these will cancel out. Okay, what's my next step? Subtract 15. So 3x minus 15 equals negative 5y. Okay? Divide by negative 5. So how I'm going to do this, I am going to, I'll do it like this. Rules of fractions here. We don't like negatives on the bottom. We don't like negatives in the denominator. So what can I do that will keep it equivalent, but we'll get that negative where this isn't a negative 5? Mathematically, do you know what does that though? Okay. With a fraction, as long as I do the same thing to the top and the bottom, it's going to keep it equivalent. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by negative 1. That is the mathematical way of changing the sign. So negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. Negative 1 times 15 is positive 15. Negative 1 times negative 5 is a positive 5. And then that equals y. So again, we just, not really proper form to have a negative on the bottom. We try to avoid that. So y equals negative 3x plus 15 over 5. All right, on number 7, or actually everything on the bottom, we have got to decide if these are inverses. It's a yes or a no. Well, so what you can do, I'm going to take f of x. I'm going to take this one. Y equals negative 4x plus 2. And I'm just going to find the inverse of this. Okay, so that would be x equals negative 4y plus 2. All right, what do I do? Subtract 2. So x minus 2 equals negative 4y. Divide by negative 4. So to get that negative off the bottom, times the top and the bottom by negative 1. So negative x plus 2 over 4 equals y. Now, it's not in the same form, okay? What they've done is they've split this fraction. If you have a fraction like this with addition, you can split it. Negative x over 4 plus 2 over 4. What does 2 over 4 simplify to? 1/2. Now, I can rewrite this. I can pull the x away from the fraction. There's an invisible 1 here. So I can rewrite this as negative 1/4 x. So yes, it is. Negative 1/4 x plus 1/2.
So you just have to find the inverse of the first one.
Find the inverse, simplify down, see if you can rearrange and make it match. So that is a yes. All right, so 9 would be y equals 3/2 x minus 3. So I'm going to flip x equals 3/2 y minus 3. I'm going to add 3. So x plus 3 equals 3/2 y. Anybody know how to get rid of that? If I multiply by 2/3, 3/2 times 2/3. So if I do this mathematically, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6. When you have the same number on the top and the bottom, it simplifies to a 1, so it's canceling out.
Why did you choose 2 over 3 then?
It's the reciprocal of the fraction. So I got to multiply this by 2 over 3. Okay, so I'm going to do this instead of making like a huge fraction. I've got two options here. I can do 2/3 times x, which is 2/3 x, and then 2/3 times 3. 2/3 times 3 equals 6 over 3, which simplifies to a 2. Okay. The other thing that I could do is I could do 2/3 times x plus 3 is the same as x plus 3 over 1. So I could have my final answer, because look here, the final answer is a complete fraction. It's not split like this. Okay? So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is...
Where'd you get the x plus 3 over 1?
That's the same as this. I just made it into a fraction. I can turn any whole number expression into a fraction by putting it over 1. Okay? So, here's my two options. 2/3 x plus 2 or 2x plus 6 over 3. So this one's going to be a no, because this is negative 4x, and I got 2x. So that's a no. It's looking at the pieces and deciding mathematically what's the best that I can do. Okay? All right, so you have 4 left. See if I can't get all the answers to be up there for you. If you get stuck, and it's easy to get stuck, it's easy to get turned around, twisted, ask, let me help you. Okay? You get done with this one. I need you to